Good morning and welcome to PS 287's third Family University. Yes, I took Miss Evans' line. She's looking at me like, Miss, you took my good morning. I am Principal Everbell Bishop, hashtag I am 287 strong. So as you join this Family University today, I need you to hashtag it. I need you to take screenshots. I need you to just put it all over the place. Hashtag I am 287 strong. But turn it over to Miss Evans because, you know, I'm hype master. Today, I'm taking Miss Evans.
She didn't take my line, but it's okay. I'm going to say it again. Good morning. PS 287 is I Strong. We are celebrating ourselves. We are welcome you into our school. We want you to enjoy your day with us with Family University. Please extend the invitation to others. Log on, send emoji. Let us know you love it. Let us know you liked it. Just come on and check us out.
Please come on, because let me tell you something. Today is chock full of some powerful pieces. Now, as a leader, I'm amazed because Miss Evans, you, Jenna, the team, Miss Minchette, you guys got together and you heard the cries of our community. So I hope that today is really, really powerful. You guys have yoga, how to get you to relax, relate, and release. You guys have an opportunity to build wealth. That's right, I said it. Last year we did entrepreneurship on Family University, and we had like 7 to 8 entrepreneurs. So we're going to do some wealth training, right? Some wealth insight and how to build wealth and how to do that in the midst of the pandemic. Let me tell you, 287 is definitely strong this year. Super proud of you guys. You also, because our parents have been frustrated, it's the F word, okay? Frustrated with technology, right? And how to get your kids on, how to get your cousins' kids on, how to get your kids on when you're at work and your supervisor just walked in while you were sneaking a text and a call. All those frustrations we have our dynamic. You're laughing, Miss Evans. It's true. Yes. This is true. This is what we deal with in real life. So, teachers are going to come on and help you support with technology and how to maneuver it and answer some of your questions on how to get some best practices in. And this is what I love. We are able to get some I Strong 287 stories. All right. Some I Strong 287 stories. If you don't know your past or your history, how do you move forward? We're celebrating African American History Month, which, by the way, should be all year round. It should be African American History 365. It should be us all year round so we can build on who we are and our strength and recognize that we are a community of people that have come through resiliently. And let me just say these words. I think we need to say it. You are coming through a pandemic.
You are coming through a pandemic.
I don't know if anybody has said it to you. You guys got out of 2020 and you came through a pandemic. Whether you were hospitalized, whether you had loved ones that are not here anymore, you are here for a reason. And so we want to push you today. When you put I am 287 strong today, remember, you came through a pandemic. Teachers taught through a pandemic. Principals principled through a pandemic. Parent coordinated through a pandemic. Godmommies, aunties, neighbors. I had my neighbor watching my kids. My neighbored through a pandemic. And so we have to talk about this as a community. We did this not knowing how, but we did it. And that's important to be valued today. Miss Evans, let me turn it over to you because, I'll stay here. It'll be
Everything Miss Bishop said is true. We survived the pandemic. As she said, we lost some people. Some people were sick. We had so many different situations. But you know what? We grabbed onto each other. We held on. We supported each other. It took a village. It took a village. It took a village for us all to survive it. And we are I strong from it. I strong from it. I am so pleased and honored to be here at PS 287. Love you, parents. Love you, students. And love you, all the people that are logging on today. Enjoy yourself. You're going to have a fantastic time.
Good. And I want to introduce, I couldn't even introduce, she just popped up. I was trying to find in the press. Well, let me introduce to the world who doesn't know the original, the only town hall queen, the person that rocked it, that makes us do checks for understandings in town hall, makes us do SEL in town hall, have kids restate and answer the question in town hall, and the parents and the principal too. Our one and only social worker, Simone Michelle. All right, I know you guys are giving it up to Simone. Give it up to Simone.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, PS287 family. And when I say PS280 family, PS287 family, I'm talking about our parents. I'm talking about our students. I'm talking about people in the Fort Greene community. I'm talking about our CBOs and our partners. And today is going to be a great day where we showcase our partners to give you resources and tools to make you a better you. So right now, can I just have people in the chat? I need everybody to write hashtag I am 287 I strong. I am 287 strong. I am 287 strong in the chat because like Miss Bishop said, we come out of a pandemic and we are going strong. We are doing our thing. We are still programming. Kids are still learning. Parents are engaged. Families are engaged. So yes, I am 287 I strong. So I'm going to be your host for today. I'll just be helping you navigate through the day and what's going on and what's happening. So right now we're going to start with some relaxation, some mindfulness. We've been a little tense and stressed out. So the first person that's going to bless us with her presence is going to be Miss Lauren Levine. She is going to be doing a yoga. All right, so I want you to get your yoga mats, your blankets, find a nice comfortable spot on the floor, position your camera in the right position, and get ready to be led by Miss Lauren Levine. But before you do so, there's going to be a parent survey pinned in the comments chat box. Parents, we need you to fill it out. We want to hear your feedback. We want to know what you need for the next parent university. So just please look out for that. We want you to sign it, fill that out. So without further ado, I want to welcome Miss Lauren Levine to lead us in a yoga exercise.
Good morning, everybody. I am so happy I can be here with you today. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on some self-care. As everyone has been saying, we have lived through and survived a pandemic. And a lot of that has to do with how we take time to help ourselves. So this is time for you today. We're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to do some breathing, some movement, and some meditation. That's what we call yoga and mindfulness as part of the Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program through the New York City Department of Education. So let's get started. Let's find a comfortable seat. You could either be on the floor. I'm in a chair because the movements that we're going to do, I'm going to show you how you can do everything from a chair so that you can take those 5, 10, 15 minutes away from your computer, sit at a desk or wherever you are, and take some time for yourself. So find a comfortable seat, which means you're sitting on your sits bone. So if you lean forward and back, it's kind of that space in between. So your body is nice and straight. You're not leaning against the back of your chair. Your feet are planted firmly on the floor so you can feel nice and grounded. Your hands could be on your knees or wherever you feel comfortable. And just take a moment if you want to close your eyes or gaze down and just notice your breath. Take this time. How does it feel when you inhale and exhale? Inhale and exhale. Today we're going to learn the complete breath, which is a 3-part breath. So now that we're starting to notice our breathing and we're bringing our attention inside our body, I want you to take your hands and gently place them on your stomach. Notice as you inhale, your stomach begins to fill with air and it moves your hands out. And as you release, your hands fall. Nice big inhale, stomach expands into your hands. As you exhale, your stomach releases and your hands fall. Let's do that a few more times at your own pace, feeling the expansion as you inhale and the release as you exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to move our hands to our ribs. You can either put them on the front part of your rib, the back part of your rib. I like the side. I feel it's a little bit easier to feel the expansion. When you inhale, you feel your ribs expand. As you exhale, you feel them release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. A few more times at your own pace. Feel the inhale, expansion. Exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. One more together. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move our hands up to our chest. So right around your collarbone, you're going to place your hands so they're directly beneath the collarbone. It's a little bit harder to feel the breath here, but just continue as you inhale, feel your chest rise. Exhale, your chest will fall. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put all of that together as we take a big, complete inhale. We're going to feel the air fill our chest, our ribs, and our belly. And when it releases, we feel it release from our belly, our ribs, and our chest. So feel free to keep your hands wherever you feel the air the most. Take a big inhale through your nose. Feel your chest, your ribs, and your belly expand. And as you exhale, feel it release from your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Inhale, expand, chest, ribs, belly. Exhale, belly, ribs, chest. Inhale, chest, ribs, belly. Exhale, belly, ribs, chest. We're going to do that 5 more times at our own pace. Inhale completely. Exhale completely. Inhale completely, feeling the air move all the way to your belly. Exhaling from your belly all the way out. Inhale down all the way to your belly. Exhale it out from your belly all the way up. One more complete inhale and complete exhale. You're slowly going to release focus on your breath. Let your body return to its natural pattern of breathing. You can slowly open your eyes, gaze up. Just take a moment to notice how you feel now after that breathing practice compared to before we started. Just a moment, notice. You don't have to share, just keep it in your head. And then we're going to get ready to move. So we're going to start with some warm-ups, and we're going to work our way from our head all the way down to our feet, and then we'll do some yoga poses. So we're going to start. Our body is nice and straight. Our shoulders are over our hips. Our hips are perpendicular to our knees, and our knees are over our ankles. Hands could be at your side. They could be on the chair, wherever you want. I like them in my lap. And we're just going to lean our right ear to our right shoulder. Bring our chin to our chest, our left ear to our left shoulder, and roll our neck around about 3 times, as quickly or as slowly as you need. I feel a little bit stiff this morning. I know it's only a little after 10, but I've been at the computer for hours already. So I'm going to go nice and slow, taking time to complete the circle. And then when I come back to the middle, I'm just going to take a moment, let my body feel it, relax, and then we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to lean our left ear, left shoulder, chin down, Right ear, right shoulder, back around, left ear, left shoulder. Again, doing this as quickly or as slowly as it feels good for you. Stretching out the neck. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Let your body absorb what you've just done. And we'll move on to our shoulders. We're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears, back, down. So we're stretching the front of our chest all the way down and back up and around. Let's do this about 5 times. Stretch out those shoulders. My hands have been on the computer all day, so this feels really good. Last time. We'll meet back in neutral. Let our body settle in, and we'll go the opposite way. So we're going to go back, up, forward, and down this time. Back, up, forward, and down. This way it's easier for me to have my hands at my sides. Again, as quickly or as slowly as it feels good for you. One more time. Come back to neutral. Now we're going to do what's called 6 stretches of the spine. I'm going to turn so you can see from the side what I'm doing. So I'm going to inhale my arms up. I'm going to clasp my hands like this, turn them out above my head, and then I'm just going to round forward, kind of like a C shape. Take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. I'm going to inhale up. Now I'm going to release my hands behind my back, clasp again, bring my wrists down, open up my shoulders, and release. We're going to do that 3 times. We're going to inhale our arms up, clasp, turn your hands up, round forward, breathe in here. If you want to breathe and stretch a little bit lower, that's good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release your arms and clasp, or you could hold onto the chair, opening up your shoulders and your chest. Breathe here. And release. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up, clasp, round forward. One breath here. Inhale, exhale. On our next inhale, come up. Release your hands behind you on an exhale. Inhale, open up your chest for a full breath. Inhale, exhale. On our inhale, release. One more. Inhale, arms up. Clasp, round forward. Breathe here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms behind you. Breathe here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and release. Right, now we're going to go to the right. There's 2 different arm options. We are going to inhale our arms up. You can clasp left hand over right and lean to the right, or you can have your left hand over your left ear and your right hand down at the side. You're going to inhale back up to center. Exhale, release to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale, arms back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend to the right, making sure your hips and your sits bones are still on the chair. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean to the left. Breathe here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, arms down. Now we're going to twist. And the biggest thing when we twist is we want to make sure when we twist, our chin is over our shoulder. So we're going to inhale our arms up. As we twist to the right, our right hand can come behind us, left hand on our right knee, chin over our right shoulder. Take a breath here. Inhale, arms to center. Exhale, twist to the left. You can hold the chair behind you. You want to inhale and twist a little deeper. That works as well. Inhale back to center. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Breathe here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Take a breath here. Inhale back to center. Exhale back down. I notice that with each twist, I'm able to twist a little bit deeper. Twist to the right, stretching out that spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Twist. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale back down. Let's do that once more. See how far you can twist if that's what you want. Inhale, arms up. Twist to the right. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Full breath here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back down. Great job. Now we're going to just stretch out our ankles. We're simply going to lift our right leg as high or as low as you want. I'm lifting higher so you can see my ankle. If you need some support, you can put your hands behind your knee. And you're just going to rotate your ankle either direction. It doesn't matter because you're going to do both directions. So I'm going clockwise, 4 to 5 turns. On my next turn, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to rotate the other direction. I'm going to stop center, put my leg back on the floor, lift my left leg. For some reason on my left leg, I like to do counterclockwise first. Rotate 4 to 5 times. I'm going to stop, rotate the opposite direction. I'm going to stop, put my leg down, let my body settle. Now we're going to do what's called a half sun salutation in our seat. So again, we're nice and grounded in what we call mountain pose. Inhale our arms up. We're going to exhale, fold forward over our legs, drop our head down, and we're going to inhale. We're going to lift up to straighten our back a little bit so you can see, and exhale, release. Inhale our arms up, and exhale our arms down. You can do this standing as well. We're just going to inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward, release our head and our neck down. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, release. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, back down to your side. We're going to do that 3 more times at your own pace. Inhale up. Exhale, fold, release your head. Inhale to a flat back or pike pose. Exhale, release to a forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a pike. Exhale, release to a forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a pike. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Great job. Now I'm going to teach you some poses that we do in yoga. We're going to work on a warrior flow. So whenever we start from our mountain position. Again, mountain position, sitting up straight, shoulders over hips, knees over ankles, whether you're standing or you're sitting. Hands are at our sides. I'm going to take my right leg, turn it out. My foot is flat on the floor. My left leg is going to come back and straight. I'm leaning just a little bit up on my chair, and I'm going to turn my hips facing my bent knee. So my hips are forward, my left leg is back. I can have my arms up, and this is warrior one. We're going to come back to mountain in the middle. Whatever we do on one side in yoga, we have to do on the other. So we're going to do the same thing, warrior one on the other side. Left leg is bent forward, right leg is straight back, perpendicular like this. Hips are facing forward to my knee. Arms are up, warrior one on the left. Your hands can also be on your hips. Come back to the middle and mountain pose. Great, now we're gonna add on warrior two. Start in mountain, warrior one. I'm gonna take my arm, open it up, turn my hips between my two legs, look over my right arm, warrior two. Great job. We're going to swing our arm down and up, turn our hips to the front, back to warrior one, and come back to mountain. We did it on the right. Let's do it on the left. Inhale, warrior one. Take a breath here. And then inhale, open and turn your hips. Warrior two. We'll take a breath here. Inhale back to warrior one for a full breath here. Inhale, exhale, and come back to mountain. Great job. We're going to keep adding on. We're going to do what's called reverse warriors, a nice side stretch. Mountain. As we inhale, we open up to warrior one. Take a nice full breath here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to inhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to lean forward from our hips, forward, turn our palm up, and come back and feel our stretch from our fingers all the way down our side as we come to reverse or peaceful warrior. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, we straighten back up. Warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Back to warrior one. For an inhale and exhale. And back to mountain. Of course, we did it on the right. Let's do it on the left. Mountain. As we inhale, open up, warrior one. Full breath. Inhale and exhale. On our inhale, open up. Warrior two, tone those hips. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Reverse our peaceful warrior. We lean forward. Flip our front hand and come back for that stretch from our fingers all the way down our side for a full breath. On our inhale, come back. Warrior two for an inhale and exhale. Come back to warrior one. Inhale and exhale and return to mountain. We'll do that flow one more time on each side. Begin in mountain, remaining in each pose, making sure that we inhale and exhale, and then we're not holding our breath. Inhale, open up, warrior one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, open up. Warrior two. As we inhale and exhale, we lean forward and back for reverse warrior for a breath as we inhale and exhale. On our inhale, come back to warrior two as we inhale and exhale. On our inhale, back to warrior one for an inhale and an exhale. And on our inhale, come back to mountain. Let's take a breath here. Breathe in and out. On our inhale, open up warrior two, one on the left. Inhale and exhale. On our inhale, open up warrior two for a complete breath as we inhale and exhale. Lean forward and back for reverse warrior for a full breath to get that stretch. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come back. Warrior two for a breath. Inhale and exhale. On our inhale, come back to warrior one as we breathe in and out. On our inhale, come back to mountain. And we're going to take 3 breaths here as we inhale and exhale, slowing our breath a little bit with each inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And now let's just get settled in our seat. We're going to move on to the next. We've done our breathing, we've done our movement. Now we'll do a little bit of a meditation. And one of my favorite meditations is called Love and Kindness. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to that comfortable seat. You can sit like this. I sometimes like to sit with my feet up. I find it a little more comfortable. Whatever's good for you. You could be on the floor, in a chair. Just come to that comfortable seat. Your eyes can be open or closed. We're just going to start to notice our breath again. Begin to slow it down after the movement. Actually, I'm going to come to the floor. And when you're ready, just rest your hands in your lap. Let's start to release the focus of our breath. And we're going to bring attention to someone that you love. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, a pet. Just have that person as you focus. We're going to say some phrases together as we breathe in and as we exhale. So with that person in mind, we're going to be sending that person a lot of love. And as we breathe in, we're going to say, may you be happy as you breathe out. We're going to inhale and we're going to say, may you be well as we exhale. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, may you be safe. We're going to inhale and we're going to exhale, may you be at peace. We're going to take a moment to just focus back on our breath with an inhale and an exhale. Now we're going to send that love and kindness to ourselves. So we're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May I be happy. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May I be well. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May I be safe. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May I be at peace. We're going to just take a breath in and out. Now we're going to bring focus to someone that we see on a regular basis, but we don't know their name. Might be someone on the street that we do when we go for a walk. Just someone that you've noticed, but just don't know their name or know them well. As we breathe in We're going to breathe out. May they be happy. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May they be well. We're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. May they be safe. We're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. May they be at peace. We're just going to take a breath in between this person and the next person. Now we're going to bring our focus to someone that we have a little bit of a difficult relationship with. It could be someone you love. It could be someone that you work with, someone where the relationship is a little bit harder. And we're going to bring in, deep breathe in, and we're going to breathe out. May that person be happy. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out. May they be well. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out. May they be safe. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out. May they be at peace. We're going to take that cleansing breath in between. Now we're going to focus on the larger group here. We're going to breathe in together, and we're going to breathe out. May we be happy. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May we be well. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May we be safe. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. May we be at peace. We're going to take one more cleansing breath. And then we're going to open it up to the world around us. So beyond this larger group that we're in right now, we're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. May we all be happy. We're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. May we all be well. We'll breathe in and we'll breathe out. May we all be safe. One more, breathe in, breathe out. May we all be at peace. Now we're going to take 5 cleansing breaths together, focusing back on our breath as we continue to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 2 more, in and out. 1 more, in and out. Last one together. Let's take it in. Let it out with a sigh. I want to thank you all for having me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. This is the best part of my job, getting to work with everyone. Before I say goodbye, I just want you to take a moment and notice, how do you feel right now? Then once you notice that, I want you to think back. How did you feel it before we started this practice together? Just note to yourself how the breathing, the movement, or the meditation has helped you take care of yourself today. And then when you're having a tough time or just need some time for yourself, take time to do one of those things. I'll share a website that has a bunch of different breathing, meditations, and yoga movements that a few of us from the YMTP yoga certified teachers have put together. I will add that to the chat. And then I want to say thank you again and have an excellent day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lauren. That was amazing. That was amazing.
My pleasure. I don't know that I can actually put it in a chat. Can you make a comment? It's not allowing me. You know what? I'll put it in the chat I'll put it in the private chat if someone else can share. That would be awesome.
Yeah, just say it out loud. This Bishop or one of our backstage producers will support us.
Okay. Say it out loud. It's www.ympp.org.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. If you are feeling relaxed, just write the word relax in the chat. I feel relaxed because I feel so relaxed. I almost fell asleep. I forgot that I had a job to do. And so I almost fell asleep. So let's give it up for Lauren. May everyone be happy. May everyone be well. May everyone be safe. And may everyone be at peace. That was really beautiful. So thank you. Thank you. So just some reminders before we move on to the next workshop. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video. We want as many families, students, community members to watch, okay? This is some great information we're going to be giving you today. So please share, please share, please share, share on YouTube, share on your Facebook, okay? The next thing, parents that are just coming in, there is a parent survey that is linked. Please make sure that you complete that survey because we want your feedback. We want to know what you think, and we want to know what ideas that you can give us for the next time. So right now, if you are a parent and you like to make money, please put some $ in the chat. If you are a parent and you want to make some money or make more money, put some $ in the chat. If you are a student and you want your parents to leave you money when you grow up, put some $ in the chat right now. Coming up, we have an inheritance building workshop by Mr. Nick Stewart.
Welcome to today's discussion on financial literacy and how money works. My name is Nick Stewart, and I have the honor of hosting today's talk on this topic. So let's dive right in. Money management mistakes, not understanding the basic principles of how money works, and that there's a major difference between a formal education and a financial education, a huge difference. Why are so many people having many financial challenges? Most people today don't get a financial education. We're not taught by banks, credit card companies, mortgage companies, insurance companies how to get ahead financially. A lot of the time, the services and the products that they sell us take advantage of us where we're overpaying or being ripped off. Having a financial game plan is so important, but most people I meet don't have a written financial game plan. They maybe have some ideas they've thought about, some things they would like to accomplish, but having step-by-step bullet points on how to get to where you would like to go is so crucial. Not having a financial coach, an advisor, or someone that knows your particular situation and can advise you based on the specific goals and dreams that you have in mind for you and your family. So, not having these components, a basic financial education, a written financial game plan, and an advisor or a coach, of course, that's going to result in many challenges for Main Street families. So here's a few bullet points on things that we can control, but also some things that we cannot. So the future of Social Security, of course, the government holds the future of what that looks like in the future. So saving for retirement is our responsibility. Of course, there are resources to take advantage of through employer, like a 401k. But also, you want to have brokerage accounts set up outside of work through an independent advisor or a broker like myself. You want to also have other streams of income. There's always going to be one main source of income, but you want to take a look at diversifying your income so that it gives you a much higher opportunity on being able to save more money towards the future. Taxes, will always have to pay taxes, but we can take a look at ways on reducing taxes through different investment accounts, different ways on leveraging our income or businesses. There's many different ways to do that. Inflation, cost of living, things are always going to get more expensive, but by maximizing your savings, then you give yourself the most advantage there. We've all heard of the old saying, don't put all of your eggs in one basket, but yet there's a lot of people I meet where they have all their money in just one area. So it's really important to have a diversified portfolio, diversified investment choices, as well as different areas that we have our money. Most people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. And it sounds very cliche, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Nobody, wakes up and decides that they're gonna, not have enough money for retirement, or they'll still be in debt during retirement. It's a lot of the time it's maybe the poor mistakes or lack of the right plan. So how wise is it to take a road trip without a roadmap or a GPS, right? Going to somewhere you've never been and not having any directions? What are the odds of you actually getting there? Pretty slim to none, right? So it's really important to have a financial GPS, and have an analysis on a snapshot of where you are, where you would like to get to, and the step by step, turn by turn directions to get you to that destination. So it's very important, to have a written game plan that identifies what exactly you would like to accomplish and how exactly to get there. Let's talk investments and, some basics on savings for a few minutes. The three accounts that you need. So to have a complete savings program, there's three basic accounts that you want to have, okay? Or three different areas, right? Because you could have a lot more than three accounts, but three areas or three buckets in a sense of where you want to have your money. You want to have, emergency funds, liquid money. Those will be like your bank accounts, savings accounts, emergency funds, 6 to 9 months worth of expenses, where if something crazy happened, like a lockdown, or a pandemic, or God forbid you lost your job, there would be a bucket you can dip into to be able to pull money and keep things running smoothly. Then we can talk about short-term savings. Those are the things that we would like to acquire that cost, or the cost is high. Maybe it's pretty expensive, like a car or a house, maybe a lavish vacation. And then we can start to graduate into intermediate to long term, which is maybe college savings, right? Depending on how old the children are, you want to take a look at having, different savings in place for their future. Then you can take a look at long-term savings and investments like 401k, mutual funds, different, investments, stocks, etc., to be able to, accomplish your dreams financially, where money's working for you instead of you working for money. That's the goal. The 3 Ds of investing, a good way to keep a focus on your goals is to remember dollar cost averaging. That's consistency, right? Putting money into your investment accounts on a consistent basis, whether that be weekly, bi-weekly, or on a monthly basis. Discipline, that's sticking to the plan, right? Not just starting and stopping. There's so many people that start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. If you're taking a road trip and you stopped every hour, how long would it take you to get you to where you're going? Of course, it would take a lot longer to get there. So essentially, when we're talking about people's finances, it takes them a lot longer to get to their goals because they start and stop. So discipline is very important. And then, as we spoke about before, diversification, not having all your eggs in one basket. It's important to have money in different areas and have a properly diversified portfolio. Let's talk about how most people save. Most people take money and put it in the bank. And, I think at this point in time, maybe like about 90% of our country gets direct deposit, where when you make money, it goes directly into a bank account or some type of bank card of some sort. So let's take a look at a $10,000 investment. And we know banks don't give us a 4% rate of return, but let's take a look at this as a hypothetical example, okay? Let's say the bank was paying us 4% for us giving them our money, okay? So that would be the rate of return. So your interest that you would earn would be $400 on a $10,000 investment. One follow? Now, there's taxes, as we spoke about, right? We got to pay our taxes. So if you were paying 33% rate of 33% on in taxes, that would be $132 deducted from the 400. So you would be left with $268. So the resulting balance at the end of the year would be 10,200 and change. But let's not forget about inflation at 3%. So the buying power is actually reduced to $9,960. So you would have actually earned a loss on the purchasing power just because of the fact that the, inflation, taxes, things eating away at our money without our money growing at a high enough rate of return for it to outpace inflation and taxes. So can we afford a guarantee? When it takes, take a look at, the bank guaranteeing us, very low rates of return. In most cases, it's less than 1%. And they turn around and turn that into 18 to 24%, like on a credit card, right? Where they're earning high rates of return for themselves and giving us back a little bit. Let's hear it from the grandfather. Albert Einstein, right? One of the greatest minds of all time. He said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And we see that so evident today in our society, with credit cards and loans and student loans and all these different things. We see people getting eaten up by interest and not understanding that, having money that's compounding for us as opposed to paying money that's compounding for them is really what's going to get us ahead. Let's move forward. Let's change gears for a few minutes and let's talk briefly about life insurance, wrong versus right. There's so many different types of life insurance out there available today. And, the conversation is not even about how important it is, because I feel that today everyone understands how important it is to have the proper protection in place for your family. We bring in income, we bring in value, we bring a lot of different things to our family, to our household. And God forbid something happened to us, not only would they have to pay for final expenses, but they also have to pay for continuous expenses like bills and the house, the mortgage, college, all these different things that would still need to be paid for, even if the income is not on the table. And, it's said that we contribute an average of $1 million to $5 million to our family, to our household, based on work, based on our living, based on savings and all these different things that we look to do over a lifetime. That if God forbid something happened to us, where's that $1 million to $5 million coming from? So a life insurance is the easiest way to be able to secure money and income for the family, not just for final expenses, but for all the other things in life, like housing expenses, like education expenses, like the future of whatever you would like to do for you and your family. Now, in terms of the different types that's out there, there's so many different types available, but let's take a look at, a few components of the type insurance that most people have. Most people have what you call cash value or whole life insurance. And the number one reason that this type of insurance is the most popular, believe it or not, is because insurance companies make the most money. And, here's three components that I promised you. If you looked at the contract, if you looked at the policy, or if you called the customer service, not the agent, if you called the customer service or you looked at the contract, you would find these details. You would find these details in there. So number one, for the first 1 to 3 years that you have a cash value policy, there's no money that goes to your cash value, zero. For the first 1 to 3 years, depending on the type of contract you have. So you mean to tell me, like, where does the money go? It goes to expenses, it goes to the agent, and it goes to the insurance company. Okay, so they make money off of your savings account for the first 3 years. But if you were putting money in the bank for 3 years, there would be a balance there, wouldn't there? It wouldn't be no money, right? Let's take a look at number two. Number two, eventually when the money does start to build up and it does start to grow at a very low rate of return, right? An average of 3 to 4%, which doesn't outpace inflation. But when you want to use your money, when you go to take some money out of your cash, they tell you, wait, not so fast. You have to pay us an interest rate of 6 to 8% just to be able to pull your money, and then you also have to pay it back. So how is it an advantage to a client if they are paying to use their own money? Does that help them, or does that help the insurance company? Something interesting to think about, right? And the last point, there's so many different tricks and traps, but we're only going to go through 3 points. God forbid something happened to the client and they passed away, the insurance company should fulfill the value of the policy, which is the death benefit. But most people don't know, when it comes to the cash value, guess what they do? They actually keep all the money that's in the account. You never get the death benefit and the cash value. You get one or the other. So these are some very crucial bullet points that would help you make a decision on, hey, is this the right type of policy for my family? And most people don't know these things and haven't really gotten an opportunity to see these details in the contract until we have a lengthy conversation. So term coverage, it basically gives an opportunity to get the most coverage for the least amount of money, where you can get the most value for the least amount of money. I think that makes sense with anything we buy, whether we're talking about insurance or groceries at the store. We want to get value for a little bit of money, and term allows you to do that. If you want to invest and save your money, you do that separately from the insurance company, so that if God forbid something happened, you're going to get insurance and nobody's keeping or stealing your money. So those are some very, very crucial bullet points in regards to how policies work as far as life insurance, wrong versus right. Just to wrap up and summarize, a few things that we've spoken about, having a really comprehensive financial game plan from foundation to roof is important, not the other way around, right? And a lot of people have their financial life set up with their house upside down. If you look here, according to NerdWallet, it's very important that when you're deciding to purchase coverage, you want to consider different things: lifetime lost wages needed to pay for living expenses, college, education, debt payments, mortgage, medical, funeral expenses. Then you want to look at a budget, emergency funds, a will. These are all defensive strategies that you want to have in place. Then you want to accelerate paying off your debt. You want to save as much money towards retirement. You want to save for your kids' education, if that's applicable. And then other goals and dreams like vacations and other things that you would like to do. It's really important. So let's be honest. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you could choose, how would you rate your desire to be properly protected, have the right coverage, get out of debt, and be financially independent? I think everyone would like to be, a 10 or 20, right? So that they have an opportunity to be on track to hit their goals and dreams. You can do it. The path to financial independence, it starts with just understanding basic financial concepts. The war to winning financial battles is little tiny wars day to day, right? Staying consistent, staying disciplined, and following a financial plan. So that concludes today's conversation on just how money works and some basic principles on savings, investments, insurance, being able to create a plan where generational wealth is not a question, right? Where generational wealth is not a question if you take responsibility for having a great financial plan, and then teaching these things to your family, friends, your children, to make sure that they can continue to pass on the legacy. So here's my contact information. I would love to have more of a discussion, on any of these topics. Would love to do, workshops for whether it be a school, churches, your communities on different areas: debt, retirement, life insurance, how money works, auto, home, legal services, budgeting. Any questions, comments, they're very welcome. I believe we have a Q&A session that will be coming up very shortly. So I look forward to the opportunity to talk more. And thank you for today's talk and for listening and hearing me go over the financial principles that most people don't get, but it's basic, it's fundamental, but it's important and crucial in regards to our success. Thank you so much. Bye. Awesome. That was an incredible a segment that I had the opportunity to host on, just some money concepts and how money works. And so just for some feedback, if everyone can jump into the comments and put some strong arms just to show us, that you got a lot of strong information, you got a lot of value from what we covered and some of those great points on how money works. What we're going to do here is we're going to open up for a Q&A. I believe that, thank you so much. I see some feedback that it was a great presentation. So what we're going to do is I do want to have the opportunity to answer some questions live and give some feedback on, maybe different areas that parents or, staff, maybe even some of the kids maybe have some questions about money. So before I go to the questions, I just want to kind of ask some things just to think about, to piggyback off of what we just heard. How often do you think about money? Like, how often do you think about money? How important is money to you? Of course, money is not everything, but it's a tool. It's a resource that we can use to be able to take care of a lot of different things that that we care about individually. And how well have you gotten at having money work for you, right? So just some things to think about. So at the chat here. So I see the first question: how would you see someone doing it right now and during this pandemic? So the resource of online and being able to see clients online has opened up a tremendous opportunities where it's no longer who I can drive to, but just at the click of a button, and being able to share links, share videos, share information, or meet with them one-on-one, something that we've been doing throughout the pandemic. The next question here is, what is the first step to begin inheritance building right now today? Okay, that's a phenomenal question. I think the best thing about being able to get all this information and get the knowledge is so that you can take action, right? We hear all the time that knowledge is power, and it is, but it also isn't unless we actually apply it. So being able to take steps today towards setting up savings accounts or setting up brokerage accounts where you're involved with your money, you understand, where you're putting your money and is it growing? How much is it growing? What are the resources available for you to be able to get that done? Taking a look at, having fundamental things out the way, like a budget, like a financial plan of where you would actually like to go, is also very important to get started and take a look at right away. See if there's any other questions.
All right, so Mr. Stewart, I came in to give you some support because I think your Wi-Fi is a little spotty. All right, so I can definitely call out the questions for you to support you. I don't know if you need to move your computer a little bit so that the Wi-Fi is not shoddy, but the information is so good and juicy, and we can't really hear everything that you're saying. Okay.
Okay, I apologize for that. Connection loss.
So, all right. So he's going to fix his wife out really, really quickly. So I just want to review some of the things that Mr. Stewart said. First things first, money, make your money work for you instead of you working for your money. That was a powerful statement. If that really struck you, write that in the chat. I want my money to work for me. That's that. Write that in the chat right now. I want my money to work for me. Okay. He gave a lot of good tips. And another thing that just really like blew my mind is this insurance piece. Coming out of the pandemic, we lost a lot of family, and we realized having insurance is important, and to know that whole life insurance is going to steal our money. So it's better to have term insurance. That was just a very, very, very key gem. Okay. That was a very, very key gem. If you really enjoyed that, I saw some people already said great presentation. I want to see what was your key takeaway from this presentation right now in the chat. What was your key takeaway from this presentation? Everybody's like, they want their money to work for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, perfect. So Mr. Stewart is back. So if you have any additional questions that you want to ask him, please do so. Put it in the chat. Mr. Stewart, how's your Wi-Fi going? Talk to us, talk to us. Let's see if we
How's
can
my
hear you.
connection? Can you hear me okay?
Awesome. You sound way better. So can you just revisit those first two questions? How would you begin inheritance building in the pandemic now? And I think the other one was, what is the first step that we can take today? Because you were breaking up.
I apologize about that again. The number one thing is taking action, right? So we've all heard before how, knowledge is power, and it is, but it isn't, because only applied knowledge will actually give you real results, tangible results. So being able to take steps today to put defensive strategies in place, like having a budget, having a financial plan, identifying where you are, how far off from the goal you are, and being able to lay out, specific, easy steps, right? Not making it complicated for yourself, but understanding your own situation and what you can do to be able to, stay as disciplined as possible and put away as much as you can right now.
Okay. And what do we need to do today, right now? What advice would you give us? We don't have any insurance. We don't have much savings or investments. So what can we all do? This is really for our parents. What can they do right now, today, to begin that process?
Well, I would love to be able to, interact, with any parents that has maybe you're a little shy about the questions that you have, for your family or your own situation. So you can always reach out to me directly, either directly to my cell phone or an email address on getting a plan. And the plan is free, right? We aren't going to charge you anything monetarily. Being able to take 30 minutes to an hour to make sure you're planning the next 20, 30, 40 years is something that is a pretty cool exchange, right? You can take a little bit of time out to be able to make sure you're planning and going over, the things we talk about, right? Having a financial house, building your house the right side up and not upside down. So, taking action steps towards having the right foundation. If you don't know what your income protection number is, you need to find that out today. If you don't know what your financial independence number is, you need to find that out today. So those are some crucial things that you can look at to help you navigate, towards your goals and dreams that you have in place for you and your family.
Awesome. So are you available? Can parents Even our staff, can they reach out to you for this support?
1,000%, 1,000%, of course.
All right, so family, you heard it right here. If there aren't any other questions, his information is on the bottom of the screen, nickthebuilder220@gmail.com, and his phone number. Please do not hesitate to reach out to him. He is willing to help and support you, because I'm not even gonna lie, Mr. Stewart, towards the end when you were like independence number protection, I started to get a little stressed and confused. But I know that you'll be there to support and work us through it. So please do not be shy. Make sure you follow up. You got to take initiative and to take control of your finances. All right, so if there aren't any other questions, let's just give Mr. Stewart some more love in the chat. You know, let him know that he is PS287 I strong, coming in here teaching us about how to get our money right in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, let's put that in the chat. We are Mr. Stewart is PS287 I strong. Let's show him a love. Let's show him some love. You are PS287 I strong. We appreciate you. I strong stands for innovative, smart, tenacious, resilient, goal-getters, optimistic. I'm all out of order, but noteworthy. Those are what I strong stand for, and you are all of those things. So thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So I really appreciated that. Let's make sure that you make your money work for you. And now we're going to get into our next workshop. But before we do, I just want to remind you to share this video. We want as many people to get this information. Share on Facebook, share on YouTube. If you're just coming in and you're a PS287 parent, please complete the PIN survey. We want to hear your feedback. We want to know what your needs are so we know what to prepare for you for our next family university. So coming up next, we have a really great treat. If you went to PS287, if you are a current PS287 student or past, I need you to write PS287 in the chat. I need to see PS287 with fire emojis if you are a current student or a past student. Right now, we have a PS287 alumni, a PS287 parent who has 2 children that are current students at the school, and he is going to share his story with you.
PS287, Mr. Cummings, give him a round of applause. And we also have a current student, our vice president, Mr. Tyson Cummings. And we are going to just ask some questions, a little bit of a Q&A session here to ask and answer some questions of one of PS287's finest students, former students, I should say. And we hope that you enjoy our segment. Take it away, Mr. Vice President.
Tell me what courses you're taking and if you have a favorite or least favorite one. If you do, why is it your favorite, least favorite subject?
When I was in school, I liked math because I always wanted to learn how to count money. So I stayed with the math because if you can't count money, you can't get ahead in life. Was that good enough, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President?
It was good.
Okay.
What did you think are the strongest or weakest of your elementary school?
What do I think the strongest what? Keep it up like that. The strongest and weakest what? Subjects?
Elementary school.
The strongest and weakest things about my elementary school?
Mm-hmm.
There was no weakest things about my elementary school. I went to one of the best elementary schools in Brooklyn, PS 287.
Okay. If you had to go back and do your school experience all over again, what would you change and why?
Okay, if I had to go back, I would probably do the 5th grade over, because in the 5th grade, my academic scores went down tremendously. So I had to pick them back up to graduate from the 6th grade.
Did you have a favorite teacher? If so, why is he or she your favorite? What makes the teacher good?
My favorite teacher was Miss Zoda. That was my kindergarten teacher. That's my favorite teacher because she didn't give us any homework. Not that I can remember. Is that a good answer, Mr. Vice President? Okay.
Mr. Vice President, you are still on mute. And just to give everyone a quick heads up, he is on mute because they are a little bit closer together, so we don't want to have that feedback. But go ahead, Mr. Vice President. You can ask your question again. And I believe we did have another question in the chat, just to double back. When senior Mr. Cummings, he said that he had to pick his grades back up in 5th grade. So a question came in our chat that said, how did that make you feel, Mr. Cummings, when you had to go in the 5th grade and you had to sort of pick your scores back up? How did that make you feel?
It didn't make me feel any type of way, but my parents were on me. So they told me this, you at the critical state in the school where next year you're going to be graduating, so you had to step up, because if you don't, you'll be left behind and you'll be in the same class with your little brother.
Very good. Mr. Vice President, it's on you.
Have you I need help with a word.
Encountered.
Have you attempted a particular
Academic.
academic
Sound it out.
Challenge.
during the year at the PS 287? If so, what was it and how did you handle it?
I didn't really encounter any struggles or anything like that. I just wasn't paying attention in class. That's the main thing. You got to pay attention. If you don't pay attention, then you won't be on the same level as the other students in your class, because they're paying attention. So I guess one year I kind of got unfocused. I wanted to play when I had extra time to play after school. On weekends, I didn't think about that. So I got I got left behind. I didn't get left back in class in grade, but my grades went down. So you got to pay attention. If you don't know, ask questions.
It reminds me, just to interject, it reminds me of this one I got. I just picked this one up. I borrowed things. This one's a good one. Mistakes are expected, respected, and corrected. And practice makes it permanent. I'm sorry, Mr. Vice President. You can continue. I'm sorry to have interjected.
Yes, we're on our next question. The question, we are on the one that says, is there something? We're on that question, all right, Mr. Vice President? Do you see it?
Yeah. Is there something that you will always remember from your school experience?
Yes, I will always remember the friends that I had in elementary school because I feel like I spent more time with them from kindergarten to sixth grade opposed to junior high school and high school where you always switching classes, so you meeting new people. So those people in elementary school, you're in class with them all day. So I remember my friends from elementary school.
If you could create your own
Course.
course for PS287, what would it be and why is it of interesting to you?
It'll probably be a social experience where you can socialize with other students. Socialize, so you could get to know different feelings people have, what they like about school, instead of just screaming and playing all day like you guys like to do.
What are your most not able, interesting, and hobby, and how are you
Pursuing.
pursuing them?
I guess I would say just talking to you and your brother, me being your dad, teaching you how to go forward in life, keep your head straight, keep you in school. If you're not in school, you're gonna be on this Google platform learning. So just keeping you and your brother in close contact with school, because school is very important. So that's my hobby right now.
What
Activities.
activities are you available, wait, involved in at school? Which are the most important to you?
I'm not involved in any activities at the school. I don't have time. I wish I had more time. See if maybe you guys had a basketball team or something like that. I would want to be a part of that. But I'm
Well, I
not
beg to
involved in
differ. I beg to differ. You know, historically, it may be a, you know, everybody goes through a low point, but historically, Dad, you've always been available. You've always been accountable, and I thank you for that. So, you know, we all haven't been able to click on all gears like we would like to right now, but historically, I
Right.
bear witness. You've always been around. So, you know, I can't let you say that. We ain't gonna have that up here on camera now.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Bless you, brother. I'm sorry, Mr. Vice President.
If you had 1 year in unlimited money, what would you do?
Very hard. I'm not sure exactly what I would do. I would.
Where to start? So much. Where to start?
Yeah, I would invest in getting rid of this coronavirus to get the kids back into school, because I feel like online is helping, but it's not as good as being in school. So a lot of these parents, they don't want to send their kids to school because they're not sure what's going on with the virus, and they're scared. So if I could help with money and giving money to programs to take care of that and get that abolished, then I would do that.
Awesome. Thank you so, so much. That was Tyson Cummings, our student government vice president, and his dad. And Miss Pinkston and Mr. Lore are teacher advisors for student government. So let's just drop some emojis in the chat. Some I am 287 I strong in the chat. It takes a lot of bravery. Tyson is one of our 4th grade students, so it takes a lot of bravery to speak in front of people and interview his dad. How much pressure is that? The person that holds you accountable, you are now interviewing them. So shout out to them. They did an amazing job. So right now, if you are a parent or a student and you are finding remote learning challenging, right? I need help in the chat. I need help. I'm a social worker at the school, and sometimes I feel like I need help. So, right, I need help in the chat if you are finding remote learning challenging. Well, guess what? We have a great tip for you. We have a great treat for you. Excuse me. Miss Pinkston and Miss Kravchuk, one of our teachers, are going to come forth and give you some strategies to make remote learning a little less challenging. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Miss Kay and Miss Pinkston.
Be right back. Up. No shows while we're getting ready for school. Let's get that TV off, guys. I'm dressed. I'm ready to go. I've already had my breakfast. Now let's go set up our workspace. Come on. All right. Now we're going to set up our workspace so that we can be super productive when we are learning from home. Here are some of the things that I have to help me be successful when I'm getting ready to work. I have my crayons or markers, a pencil, sharpened, dry erase marker, a nice notebook, clean pages or not. I also have my dry erase board to help me if I don't want to use the book. Then I have my headphones and my device. It could be your Chromebook or your iPad. Now I'm going to show you a slightly different setup. So I might not need all of these materials at the moment. I might only need my device. So I have my device and my headphones, and I am going to open my device to make sure that I am plugged in. Ooh, here we go. We are in, and we need to make sure that we are fully charged. So make sure every night that you charge your device. Once it's charged and it's on, I'm going to pop in my headphones. And I'm just going to type in what I'm typing in. If you are using an iPad, yours of course will not look like this. You will be going into your iPad, all right? All right, when I'm online, I'm making sure that I'm only in the tabs that I need for school. I'm not on YouTube or anything else, only for what we need for school. If it's Zoom, we're gonna go into Zoom. If it's Epic, we're going to go into Epic. All right, let's make sure we are only using what we need for our class at that moment. All right, and if I need to work in my notebook, I am going to make sure that I have cleared off enough of a space on my table, or you can use a kid's table, which I will show you in a second. And if you have a dining table, absolutely use your dining table, all right? So we have our crayons, but we might not need those right now. So we can just move those to the side. Boom. We have now our notebook and our whiteboard, right? We might need our whiteboard, or we might need our notebook, or we might be able to go back and forth between the two. Let's see which one we want to use. We have to ask our teachers, right? So if your teacher says, hey, go on ahead and use your notebook, what do you think we're going to use? Our notebook. And if the teacher says, hey, go on ahead and show me on the whiteboard really quickly. If it's something quick, like a really fast equation, then you can do your really fast equation on your whiteboard. But if it's something that the teacher might want you to remember, then you can open up into your notebook. All right, I'm gonna show you the last step in setting up my notebook so that I can have a really amazing day with virtual learning. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so I have my notebook. I've opened my notebook to the very next page. Now I have something on this page, so I'm gonna come into this page. It's clean, there's nothing happening on it. And I am going to put my heading, right? And then depending on the subject, if it's math, reading, writing, whatever it is, this is where I'm gonna show all of my work that the teachers might want me to remember, okay? Okay, now, if my teacher wants me to come over here and, like I said, do a really fast math equation, I'm gonna do that over here on my whiteboard. You ready to see it? All right, let's go. So let's just say my teacher wants me to do 3 times 2. This is really fast, and I could just do it on my board. I can also draw my pictures. 3 groups of 2, right? This is where I could show my work on my whiteboard if I just need to do something really fast. But if I need to do something that the teacher might want me to remember later on, that's where I will put it, right in this notebook. All right, thank you very much for coming to hang out with me today. All right, I hope you had a great time watching this video. I'm just showing you a very quick way to set up your workspace in your home. If you have a dining table where your child can sit, that's fine. If they have a smaller table, like a kid-sized table, they can sit there as well, just to make sure that you set up a space where they are clear and free to work. Like I said, those TVs are off. The background noise is, if you can help it, very quiet. If you can't help it, make sure you grab some of those headphones. We have our coloring materials if we need them, if you want to be a little extra fancy, right? We have our writing utensils if we need these as well. Pencil, marker. We have our boards to use, whiteboard if you need to use that. and more importantly, our notebooks. We also have our positive attitudes, a nice great smile on your face. We make sure that we had some good food in our bellies, and we are dressed for success, ready to work, ready to rock remote learning.
Hello everybody and welcome to Family University. This is Miss K. I'm also known as the 5th grade teacher, and today I'm just going to be showing you how I created this flow of the day for my students to be able to stay more engaged using the actual flow of the day that the kids have access to on Google Classroom, which looks something like this. So all I did is I found a comfortable spot in my house. For me, it's the kitchen countertop to put down my device and to be able to paste up this flow of the day. I also have just a few folders, some paper, some pencils here, my markers, just things that I will need throughout the day so I'm able to sit down and focus. So I took my schedule, my flow of the day, and I basically just duplicated it. And it's nothing fancy. All I did is I took just some markers, a straight edge, and some good old chart paper, and I just wrote out literally what my child is expected to do in the 5th grade on a piece of paper, so they're able to stay on task. So for example, I know that at 8:40 to 9 o'clock, I am expected to do the weather check and the Stanford Harmony with Miss K and Miss Taylor. Moving on to my shared reading, word work, reader's workshop, my brain break, math workshop, lunch, gym with Mr. G, and my writing. This also just takes the guesswork away from your day, so you know exactly at what time your child is expected to do a specific subject. They're able to look at this flow of the day and go onto their Google Classroom and be able to stay on task, eliminating any distractions. Okay, everybody.
Oh my God.
So drop those eye strong emojis in the chat right now if you enjoyed that video and you thought it was helpful. This is going to be our Q&A, so we are here to answer any of your questions.
That just made me so happy. So okay, we have a question about the whiteboard. I had another video, but that I didn't send that one in. It was that one I got from Five Below. Five Below, I want to say it was $3, $5. Five Below is typically everything is $5 and under. So I got that from there, or you can check Dollar Tree. I love me a Dollar Tree. Everything is $1. Go right in Dollar Tree. You can get the markers from Dollar Tree, and you can get the whiteboards from Dollar Tree as well. If you want to spend a little bit more so that it can last for the year, you can visit a store like Target. Staples might be a little bit more expensive. So it really just depends on what you want to spend. I know we just learned about budgeting, so it really just depends on your budget and how much you want to spend.
Thank you, Ms. Bishop, for that comment. Thank you. And same thing applies for just chart paper. You know, you could just get a pack of them. I'm sure you could even ask your teacher if they have a spare one. We always do as teachers. So
yeah,
chart paper. I mean, scaffolds could be as little as, you know, just a notepad on the side,
right.
remote device, so they know what that looks like. They're able to stay on task.
Or even if you don't have chart paper at home, construction paper. Right? Anything where you can just take it and write out your child's schedule, that would be great.
Exactly, because the whole purpose of the daily schedule is to take away that guesswork. Like I kind of said in the video, you know, they're able to sit down the same way we have a flow of the day in the classroom. They're able to sit down and see the same exact thing and duplicate it throughout the day.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any other questions? Sorry, my background is not as quiet as I would like it to be today. So yeah, parents, you know, we're just gonna wrap it up. If you guys have any other questions, I see something about scheduling.
Yes.
Do you mean, are you guys saying with regards to the schedule that Miss K created? Yes, no? Is that what we mean?
So I see that many parents have reached out asking about scheduling. So your direct contact for scheduling will be on Google Classroom, your child's teacher. When you contact your child's teacher, if you're not able to see it there, by simply just saying you have the flow of the day, it's posted on every single classroom, but they could send you an individual copy or point you to the right direction.
With regards to printing out your child's schedule from home, if the schedule stays the same, then yes. But because there might be a change here or there, I wouldn't suggest printing it just because you might use up too much paper and you might not have a printer at home. So if you want to just have like a skeleton schedule, 9 o'clock is this, 12 o'clock is lunch, whatever, then you can kind of get that and just sort of fill it in as you go throughout the week. But definitely, as Ms. K said, definitely reach out to the teacher, check that Google Classroom every single morning because that's where the schedules will be posted. Oh, are there any other questions? I feel like there was another question, but I think we may have missed it. I'm so sorry. Any other questions?
Do parents have access to Google Classroom? Yes, they do. You do have access directly to Google Classroom where you're able to look at the grade book. You're able to see what assignment your child is missing, what assignment they've completed, and you're able to see teacher comments, email them directly on Google Classroom. So yes, 100%. Google Classroom Gradebook is a really, really wonderful tool just as a parent because it'll show you what you've done, what the missing, things of that nature.
Absolutely. Yes, that was the question. Keeping my child focused. So if you are like me and most other parents who are also working from home and may also be teachers or whatever else, it is a little bit of a task to keep the child focused while you are also working or physically out of the space. I know that I have days where I'm in person and my children are not with me. So the best thing that I can say just from a personal perspective is just really having a conversation with your child. Hey, guess what? Mommy, daddy, whomever, we are at work. You are here with whoever they're staying with, a grandparent, an uncle, an aunt, a cousin. We just really need you to just focus and do what you need to do while you're at school. And even what I do is I just send a quick message to my child's teacher. I just let her know, hey, my child is not with me today. Can you just keep an extra eye out on him if you can and shoot me a quick text if you need to? It's just really about communication early and frequently just to help keep your child on task. We do brain breaks, as you guys saw. We do brain breaks. Oh, no, they weren't in town halls. But we do brain breaks at 287. So that can also help sort of keep them focused. But it's really just a lot of communication and keeping everyone in the loop.
Yes. And I saw the comment about sharing my grade books. I'm going to share my screen very quickly. Okay, so this is the grade book. So this is my 5th grade, Miss Taylor and Miss K. And you will go to grades. You have the same exact screen on your end, and that's what you will find your child's grades, assignments they've completed, or assignments they are missing.
Hi, Miss Bishop.
Hello, 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 everyone. That was so amazing. Thank you, Miss Pinkston and Miss K. I saw a lot of tips. I saw tips for parents. I saw tips for teachers. I even saw tips for students. So thank you for covering all grounds. That was really, really, really great.
Awesome work, ladies. I was inspired by the video, the comments, and I think this segment just supporting parents through where they can see it would be really helpful. So let me just say something for families or parents that do not have an email address. Ms. Evans, we need to do something about that where we can get them email addresses so they can see a lot of this work. So those of you that are tech frustrated, the F word. So you're tech frustrated and you need support, definitely reach out and we'll get those emails going and kind of do these things asynchronously before my teachers beat me up.
That's awesome, Principal Bishop. I think that's a great idea. I also want to highlight, Ms. Francois said, when the students are dressed for school, it reminds them that they are in school. So it's a small task, but it makes a big difference. So I know being at home myself, I need to get up, do my routine, because if not, we're going to lay around. We're not going to be engaged. So we need to get dressed in the morning. We need to feel good about ourselves. Just like Miss Pinkston, she showed us how she was brushing her teeth. She was getting ready for her day.
Yes. It sounds like the answer to support parents that are at home is structure. That separation between I'm at home and I'm at school. So even though they're physically at home, we got to create some type of structure and a space in the home where students can know, okay, when I go to this corner at this desk or at this dining table, I'm at school and this is my school clothes. I'm staying, I have my camera on, my virtual background, and I'm ready to go. And then when school is over, I step away from it and now I'm back home.
Hello, camera on. Camera on.
Always, cameras on, guys.
Cameras on. We have to send the iStrong background so that families feel comfortable, right? You know, I'm always talking about part of the reason why we don't have cameras on is because people are embarrassed or don't feel comfortable with sharing their home. And so there's a solution. Let's get a background. So we may need to do a background, and I'm going to offer up Ms. Pinkston and Ms. Crabchuck's help to do a video on how to get a background in Zoom and Google Meets and Teams. And they're like, I got to go research that. Yes, you do. Because we got to get the background.
Hold on. So I
Let me
haven't
just
worked
go here quickly.
No, because I'm familiar with it, and I, working with the upper grades, and I've seen them do it. There's just a little caveat in there. There are on Zoom, there are backgrounds that they give you, sort of pre-selected backgrounds, and students love to go and pick their own. So they're like, oh, I'm going to get Roblox, I'm going to get this. And I've had some experiences where I've had to tell students that is inappropriate. So if you do have a background,
let's do a uniform 287 background like we did in town hall. I love that 287 background. So we'll post them into Google Classrooms. Is that good, Miss Michette? So I know Miss Michette has that background already. You can post it in every classroom and say, hey, download this pic so that when we go 287 iStrong, it's like a sea of yellow.
Right.
Yes.
So we'll be answering Miss Francois. We'll be all in the uniform. You notice the C?
Right.
I have to shout out this team. Usually I'm walking behind. Now I could be cute with my little Star Trek shoulder pads.
I would just like to add something to it also. Thank you, Ms. Pinkston, for your segment. I want parents to know that if you don't have certain supplies, feel free to contact me. The school is here to support you. We will assist you with those supplies. You don't have to feel any ways. I don't have crayons. I'm low on a composition book. It's fine. Call the school. You can come up and pick up those supplies ASAP. Just let us know what you need. That's what we're here for. We're here to support you. So feel free to let us know what things that you are lacking so that we can be able to fill a need.
Yes, communication is key. Communication is communication. I know early in our TS 287 iStrong show, Ms. Bishop talked about communication. We want to hear all your communication. We don't have any discrimination against communication. You can cuss us out. You could tell us you love us. You could come with your problems. All the above, you can come. We welcome all of it. We love all of our parents and our families, and we will do anything to make sure that we support you. So please, do not be shy. Do not think you're bothering us. Do not think you're stressing us out. I welcome phone calls. I welcome the text messages and the emails, because that's what our job is to serve you.
That's right. It's okay, parents, when you call me at 7 at night. It's okay. Come on.
#1 parent coordinator.
You know what? I want to post some of those comments. I'm going to ask the background. This is so awesome because usually I'm working this, right? So I feel really good. I have to always shout out this Family University team because this takes a lot of work. So I want to shout you guys out again. I want to record it in cyberspace. So those of you that are on right now, please give a shout out to this team. So the faces that you see right now are the team that helped put Family University together. There's one more. Okay, Miss Evans, that's a whole lot. But there's one more person that's actually working. Her name is Miss Lydia Smith. Amazing. She put a lot of pressure on us every day.
Yes.
It's every day. It's nonstop. So please shout out the Family University team. Let them know how much you love and care, appreciate it, or don't appreciate it. We can take anything because it's feedback for us and we love that information. If you have not done that survey, thank you so much. Come on, I'm gonna put this up. Shout out to you all. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Stevens. We appreciate it. We need to hear it. Please fill out that survey. We want this to be about you. We would love to be able to drop out and have this be parent and student led. That's the number one reason why we call it Family University. It is about families, right? We originally called it Parent University, and Miss Evans said, no, we got to consider the grandmothers, the godmothers, the aunties, the neighbors that are doing this work at home and really helping us with it. Older brothers, older sisters, you're not alone. And to that, how much time do we have? Did they give me a timer? Okay. All right. So I want to also shout out why your frustration. So Miss Mushetta, it was frustrations. That's the number one F word during the pandemic and remote learning. I'm frustrated. I'm doing some coping skills issues, but I want to shout out the 287 family as a whole. I'm going to highlight an insight data. So this is the data that comes to us. I know if my families hate the calls from Miss Hall, from Miss Francois, from Ken Vol, but this is what has been happening. Because of that data, if you look at it closely, what's happening is 287 has a majority of students. Let me scroll down a little. We're at 66% with students that have 90 to 100% attendance. The 73 at the bottom is the city. We are catching up. We have 21%. Y'all can give a round of applause. Y'all quiet. I'm excited. We're beating the city in attendance because now we have 80 to 89%. So 21% of our students are 80 to 89% attendance. So I know you hate the calls. I know you hate the text messages. I know you hate the emails and the school messenger and everything that we do. And Miss Hall calling you at 8:42 in the morning. I know it. There's no excuse for it, except that it's working. Your children are in class. I know you hate it when the teachers say, hey, log them in right now. You want to know why? We have to move kids. We are in this work not because we want to be in front. We want our kids to lead. We want Tyson to do more work with his dad and do interviews. How powerful is that segment? You know, he is a father-son in the midst of where we're addressing racial injustice, and they are representing the face of a communication between father and son. I want to give that up to them as well. Go ahead, Miss. You was on that too, Miss Pinkston? My goodness, there's a lot of work that you do. And definitely shout out to Lauren Levine, Brooklyn North, that did the yoga segment. Self-care is an issue. I'm going to say it again. Self-care is an issue. I was struggling. I was like, okay, I got to pay attention, got to stretch. But then let me go take care of the house. So I know if you were doing that, it's okay. It's on video. You can return to it. And to self-care, but it's working. That F word, frustration, trust me, you have a right to be frustrated. And you have a right to push for your child's success as much as we have a right to push you for that success. So we just want to share that with you in love and just let you know. I see Miss Evans.
I just want to share something that came in my spirit. I attended one of the teachers support groups with Miss Machette. I was going to call her Dr. Machette.
Oh, that's Dr. Machette. It's in the atmosphere. You got to get that.
I receive it.
It almost came out, so let it run. And it was awesome. Parents, there is a segment, there's a time for you to be supported. Log on. I had a fantastic time with the staff. I realized some things that I didn't realize about myself. I learned some things about my colleagues as teachers, and it just was such a blessing. Parents, please log on with Miss Michelle and share your thoughts, because another parent is feeling the same way. So you're not alone. So just we're a school. We are a school community. Yes, we are. That's who we are. Share. And Miss Michelle is a great facilitator. I just wanted to let that out. Dr. Michelle, it's on you.
Thank you so
Graduated
much. Thank
to
you so
doctor.
much. I know, right? Let me get my paper, Miss Evans. Please make sure so I can frame it. All right, everyone. So we are going to move forward with our agenda, but just to plug in what Miss Evans said, we do have parent support group on the last Monday of every month. I will do post up the link on our Facebook pages. I announce it in town hall and things of that nature. So parents, please come. And we are working on coping skills this month as our SEL message, and self-care is a part of that. And I am working on a parent sip and paint. So if you are interested, if you're a parent right now, I need you to drop in the chat if you would be interested in coming into the gym and have a safe social distance sip and paint self-care relaxation. That's what I want to do for the next parent support group. So if you're interested, I need your feedback. Please write that in the chat. But right now, we have some students that took on a challenge. We challenged some students to be creative, to be innovative, and build. They build obstacle courses, and they're going to walk us through what they build and why they built it and how it's going to work. So I'm so super excited. So without further ado, our PS 287 students and their STEM builder competition.
Okay. All right, Carter. So tell everyone, what are you building? A bridge? Okay. What kind of bridge? Sit down! Build your bridge!
A tall bridge.
A tall bridge?
Oops. You gotta be careful. Can't be so rough with it. Put the wheel down. Mm-hmm.
Yes. We're finished. We need a star. That's kind of hard. Don't swing it around, man. Hey, where is my Hello, Daddy. This is my build. I built it all by hand, and now I'm going to test it.
You said you wanted a monster, right? have to cut this. The googly eyes are right there. You want to use this side as the face? Do you want to put color on it or?
Color.
Oh, what was that? Yeah. Here.
So I have to
What color do you want? Which one?
this one, the orange one.
Here.
The blue one. Oh,
All over the paper. Wait, unscrew it. Unscrew it. You have to get all over, like on the corners. That way the paper can stick well. Here. You do that. I'm gonna get another one. That way it's like extra sticky. Oh wait, hold it from here. Here.
on the bottom.
Yeah, that way it's more stable.
This is my safety finger.
Alright, I'll hold it. I'll hold it. Make sure you don't get glue on it. There you go. That way you don't get glue on yourself. Alright. You put it.
I put it.
Let go. Flatten it. You want to do the sides or no?
I do the side.
You want to do the sides? Alright.
Well, we're gonna do that with the side.
Well, we could leave the sides. And you could put like 2 arms. Yeah. Alright.
Like this.
Yeah. If you want, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cover it. Cover it.
Wait.
Oop. Alright. You put it.
I put it.
Let go. Flatten it. You want to do the sides or no?
I do the side.
You want to do the sides? Alright.
Well, we're gonna do that with the side.
Or we could leave the sides. And you could put like 2 arms. Yeah. Right.
Like this?
Yeah. If you want, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cover it. Cover it.
Wait.
There. That way it could look more rough.
Like, more rough to the side.
Right? So it could look more like a monster, right? Oh, I touched the glue. Ew.
Don't worry, I touched the glue so by
Nasty.
accident. And this is gonna be the third one. Yeah, go put them.
I got it. Here, glue this down. Oh, you gotta even it out though. Come. Okay. Wait, no. So wait, I want it to be, there we go. And then we're gonna do this side.
We about to make
Something
we about to make something
out
out of all of these pieces,
inside the slum kit.
but we don't know what we're gonna make though.
We're gonna make something.
We're gonna make something, whatever comes to our head.
So we did actually use the whole box. See, I'm about to show you what we made. See what we made. It's kind of shit, kind of.
Awesome. That was so amazing. I love to see how patient. Shout out to our PS280 students who are being innovative. I really want to shout out Aslan. He was just so patient and focused. And his sister, I saw someone wrote in the chat that she was so patient with him. And we got to shout out our student government. They are killing it. How would Mr. Lord say it? Mr. President Ron Thomas at the very end, working with his dad or big brother, whoever his family member was that was working with him, just so on point. So shout out to them. Shout out to our students. We are an innovative, I-strong school. So right now, if you are ready to be inspired, I need you to write, I want to get inspired in the chat, or I feel motivated in the chat, or I want to get motivated. I need some pump up. I need some energy in the chat right now. Everyone, if you're ready to be motivated or inspired, I want you to write that in the chat. I also want to remind parents to please complete the form that is pinned. And also please share, please share, please share. Create a watch party. Share this video. We want as many people to get this information as possible. So the reason I want you to write get motivated, get inspired is because we have a motivational speaker coming up, a best-selling author, Miss Jamila T. Davis, okay? She utilizes her platform to deter at-risk youth from crime, and she is here today to give us a motivational and encouraging message. So let's give it up for Miss Jamila T. Davis.
I was sent to Danbury Federal Prison Camp in Danbury, Connecticut. I became number 592-53053. That was my federal inmate number. And every single thing that I had, I owned, that was precious to me was stripped away. I was left to face my own demons. Words can't describe that feeling.
Author Jamila T. Davis.
Jamila Davis is here.
Queens.
Jamila T. Davis. We have activists like Jamila Davis, who is doing the work to eradicate over-sentencing in our community.
And behind bars, I had like an awakening. It was in a place where I knew, like, you know what? I have to make my life mean something. And I've written now over a dozen books. I never dreamed that I was created to be a writer. I never sat down enough time to do anything except go chase money. Because when I stayed behind bars for close to a decade, I left my 2 children behind. You know, they didn't have their mother to celebrate the holidays. They didn't have their mothers to celebrate Christmas. It was really, really, really a rough situation that I just put my kids. Talk about this detoxing, okay? Yes. In that place, I had to detox. Absolutely. Detox from the world and all of the misconceived perceptions of what I perceive to be success. And in that space, that's when I found my greatest self. Okay. So I learned to write. I've read hundreds of books. So now, like, I was always smart, but I never really had time to take in new information. And focus. Yes. Feel me and feel my pain so you can understand, hold on, sir. I could be your sister, your mother, your brother. Hold up, you have to treat me fairly. I am human just like you do. And really, to be honest with you, Charlamagne, for me, it's all about the cause. So we do programs right now in the schools. So we bring coding and graphic design and, fashion design to schools and give Black kids ways to create income legitimately. Behind bars, I was not only able to write over a dozen books, I went back to school. I got my associates, my bachelor's, my master's, and I'm currently working on my PhD.
And I thank her for all she has done to help our communities move forward as one Brooklyn. Presenting to you, Jamila T. Davis.
Some of y'all might be hurting right now because you don't understand why you're in the situation, but you could be dead. You don't even have to be here. You have a second chance at life. And when God loves you, he does things oftentimes to entrap you so he can get your attention. I'm going to anywhere where someone has given up hope. I want to let them know that despite what you've been through, despite your hardships, you have the power to turn your life around. Change starts, y'all, with the mindset. We're in the community talking to the children because it starts with their mind. That's right. We got to empower them to understand that this thing here that you're chasing, okay, this person that you may kill today and spend the rest of your life in prison for, you might not realize what they did to you tomorrow. You might forget about it because it really wasn't that important. So change comes with us in our community. So it's a new age where the formerly incarcerated stand up for their people. If we don't stand up for each other, no one will stand up for us. So we out here, y'all, and we not going nowhere. And we want you to know until the lights come on, till the heat come on, till they give you the blankets that they lying about, we gonna stand right here. So good morning, y'all. Good morning. You know, I just came home 18 months ago, and I'm risking my life because there can be retaliation. I'm still on federal parole. You know what's more important to me? The cause. And I have to say, in my case, if I have to die for the cause, then that's what I was placed on. her to do. So it's okay. I'm going to fight on until I see justice served in America.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Jamila T. Davis, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. Now, you guys took a little bit of a look at my story. You kind of got a sense of my struggle. But just imagine in 2008, when the judge banged the gavel and said, you are hereby sentenced to 12 and a half years in federal prison. At that moment, the lights went off. I had no hope. To be honest with you, I wanted to be dead because I didn't understand at the time that God had a greater purpose for my pain. You see, there was purpose inside of every ounce of my pain. And oftentimes we don't understand that. So when we go through things, we think it's a punishment, when in actuality, it's an opportunity to become out stronger, wiser, and better. So today, that's what I'm here to talk to you about. My new book, Built to Outlast the Storm, right? Many of you guys are going to get copies of this book, and I can't wait for you to read it, right? And in this book lies treasures. And treasures start with mindset shift. When you can shift your mindset to see the possibilities behind the pain, right? We've hit the pandemic. Many of you are going through a lot of crisis. Nothing is normal anymore. And I can't help but to think about how 2008 kind of is similar to what we're going through in 2020 and 2021. Situations are happening that we have never experienced before in our particular lifetime. And all we can think about is what we're missing out on, the pain, how things are shifting. Folks have lost their jobs. Some have lost their homes. Some have lost their lifestyle. Some have lost their family members. Some have even lost their life. And it's hard to take all of this in. It's hard to process what's going on. So I created this book, Built to Outlast the Storm, to help folks understand that you can turn any setback into a major comeback. It's about how you perceive what it is that you're going through. So with that said, we're going to delve right on into Built to Outlast the Storm. And I want to take you to chapter 1. Chapter 1 is changing your perspective. Point 1, what I perceive is what I receive. So I must take control over what I believe. Folks, what are you believing? What are you believing? If you start your day and you believe the day is going to be bad, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a bad day. You just lost control because you said today will be a bad day. How about right now, we take back control over our lives by seeing what possibilities can come out of them. So this experience that you're experiencing, I want you to label as it is good. Even if it doesn't feel good, I want you right now to label your current obstacles, your current hardships, your current experience as good. Because what you're going to do is set yourself up to receive goodness, right? And that's what I did. On the bunk bed of my 5.5 by 9 cubicle in prison that I was in, I begin to purposely see the good that could come out of a bad situation. Mine was time. I spent close to a decade away from my children. It was 9 years to be exact. And all I could think of was, this is so much time that I'm going to be away from those that I love. Then I started looking at it as, okay, how can I make the best out of this time? What can I do? What programs can I be a part of? How can I learn how to write books, such as the one that I've written now, right? How can I go back to school? And what I did was I used that time to go back. I went and got my associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and now my PhD. about to be Dr. Jamila T. Davis. So had I not had that time out, I would have never been able to take care of those things that I need to take care of. Even right now during the pandemic, I was able to start a brand new clothing line, right? I had some extra time on my hands. I said, while I'm home, how can I create another stream of income? And within 120 days, I've been able to create a 6-figure brand. How is that possible? My mindset. It goes back to point one. What I perceive is what I receive. So I must take control over what I believe. I believed that during this obstacle, I could come out of my situation on top. I believed that I could use this time wisely and do something, invest it. Instead of forfeiting it, I could invest in this time, and this time could work for me instead of me working for it. So right now, I want you to adjust your mind and think, what can you do in the meantime? What could you do to pass your time? And how can this time in the wilderness season of your life be productive? So now let's talk about trials. You have to get an understanding of why God sends trials so you can embrace them instead of running away from them, right? So in chapter 1 of this book, I outline the reasons for trials. Reason number 1, trials are sent to help us develop character. Guys, don't you know in order to soar in life, you need character. You need strength, the strength of who you are, the strength of what you will and won't do. So sometimes you got to go through some things in order to build some character, because it's what's going to preserve you. It's going to take you to heights that you never dreamed or thought was possible. So developing character is a part of going through trials. God allows trials to come to kind of get us stronger, to give us a sense of wisdom, to show us what's important and what's not. That's all the foundation of character building. Okay, the second reason for trials. Trials are sent to make us compassionate towards others. Let's speak about that compassion. A lot of times we lack it because we see other people, we judge them. We judge what they're going through because we've been blessed to not maybe have gone through that. So when we go through trials, it gets us compassion towards other people who we may not otherwise have paid any attention. In my case, my compassion came towards incarcerated women. I never thought that I would be one of them, so I had no need to think about them or what they went through. I may have even judged them in the past. And it was until I went through that circumstance that I got a sense of why folks go through things, which gave me a compassion for incarcerated women. That's what helped me start my book career. My first books were a self-help series created to empower incarcerated women to heal, recognize their potential, and recapture their dreams. So a lot of times, guys, your go through is connected to the direct purpose that you've been put here on this planet, the direct people that you're here to serve. Somebody might be grieving right now from the loss of a loved one. Do you know that your ministry may be a grief ministry? You may be sent to counsel others about this subject matter that you're going through. So you just never know. So that's why it's important to look at the reasons for trials and understand that God has a great purpose for each and every one of them. Reason 3, trials are sent to humble us. Sometimes we get to thinking that we are so great, we are so wonderful, we are so this and so that. So trials are allowed to come to inflict us and take us down off that high horse for a minute, to make sure we understand, right, that we were created to be on this planet, used as vessels to serve the Most High God. We're here to be servants. So sometimes trials are sent to humble us and let us know who is really in charge. Trials are sometimes sent to lead us into repentance. Some of us has not asked for forgiveness for some of the crazy things that we've been a part of. Some of us have chosen to stay in situations that we should not be in. So trials shake us up. They get us ready to exit from some crazy things that we need to leave alone in life. Therefore, they're sent to bring us into repentance. Trials are sent to increase our faith. Don't you know? When you go through something and get to the other side, ain't nobody can tell you nothing. I know that was the case with me. Before I knew of God, my grandmother used to talk about him, and my mother spoke highly of him, yet I did not know him for myself. It wasn't until I went through my obstacle that I got to realize how good God is, even when I don't think so, right? And that increased my faith. And it allowed me to do the amazing things that I'm doing now because I understand who I am and whose I am. Trials are sent to bring us into our purpose. And we spoke a little bit about that before. A lot of us are working jobs randomly just to get some money. We out here just chasing, getting checks, right? But do you know that life is more than a check? Do you not know that when we die, we can't bring a check with us? Right? Therefore, there's a purpose that we're here. It's important that we tap into that purpose so that we can tap into our greater selves. So let's talk about depression. A lot of us go through depression or we feel a void inside because we have not tapped into the very thing that we were called onto this earth to do. So in this season and in this time, I am unctioning all of you listening to me right now. Make sure you discover your purpose. That's why you're here. Discover the very thing God created you to do. Because never forget, you were born to be great. Trials are sent to get the attention of others around us. You know, sometimes we are shaken up through others, right? Meaning we could be doing so much for somebody else, some things for them that they should be.
Oh, you're on mute. Here, I get off.
In that case, trials occur, right? So that we can stop doing for them so that God can get their attention. Certain people are not living in their purpose or living in their fullness because we're being caretakers. We're doing something for others that they should, in fact, be doing for themselves. So in this case, trials got to come to shake up the tree. And when the tree is shaken, baby, it wakes up. It wakes to its greatness. It wakes up to its purpose. And then it can begin to soar. Chapter 2 of my book goes into partnership with your higher power. Point 2 is, when the storm comes, I need a safety tower. So I reach out to my higher power. Guys, some of you are out here trying to do the impossible by yourself. And I'm here to tell you that you do not have to walk alone, right? So this is not about a religious thing. I'm not telling you how to worship or who to worship. I'm just telling you that you need a higher power. You need something to believe in that's greater than yourself. I know in my difficult times, it was my belief in God that strengthened me to go through something that I never dreamed of, thought, or imagined I could get through. And it was this relationship that I developed with my higher power. And see, it was a little different in the street. I think I always prayed, but I very rarely listened. Did you hear me? I said I prayed, but rarely did I listen. So we got a lot of people are praying, but you move too fast. You're not listening. It's not until you get sat down that you're able to stop for a minute and listen to what God has to say to you, right? How do you listen? You meditate. You become still. You become quiet. And you position yourself to hear from God. That's what chapter 2 is all about. It's all about creating ways to communicate with God. How do you get to know God? You know, how do you spend time with him and make that a part of your routine, your daily living practice that roots you and grounds you for greatness? That's so important. Chapter number 3, taking time out to meditate. I can change my course. It's never too late, but first I must stop and meditate. And I talked to you about your higher power. Meditating is our lifeline to our higher power. It's the way to give us ease when we're going through the storm. A lot of you out there suffer with anxiety. Sometimes you need to do something that just helps you to relax. And let me tell you, you can meditate anywhere. You could be going through a bad day and take a 5-minute bathroom break. And in that bathroom, you can close the stall and close your eyes and see yourself, ridding yourself of all of the craziness, quieting your mind down, quieting down the tension, quieting down the thoughts, and see yourself excelling over whatever obstacle you're going through. That's the power of meditation. And in my book, I speak to you all about how to tap in, right? They have a little TikTok now that says, tap, tap, tap in. I challenge you to tap, tap, tap in to your greater self that lives inside of you, which is through the power of meditation. Point number 4, learning from the past and letting it go, right? If I hold on to shame and guilt, my spirit will always be low. So I learn from my past, acknowledge my mistakes, then simply let them go. How many of you are holding on to stuff that God done forgave you for a long time ago? But it's that shame and guilt that has attached itself on to you that doesn't give you the ability to be free and to move on. Some of you got to let go. You got to get past what happened yesterday and look forward to what's going to happen tomorrow. Some of us have handcuffed ourselves to the past because of lack of forgiveness. We have decided not to forgive folks, right? And instead, we think we're punishing them, but we're in actuality punishing ourselves. Some of us got to let go. How do we let go? We forgive. And we forgive others as well as ourselves. And through the power of forgiveness, we unlock the handcuffs of our beings to something or someone that it doesn't belong to. And we give ourselves the freedom to be able to fly, to be able to soar in life, because we decided to let go of shame and guilt. So our spirit will never be low. We've learned from our past, acknowledged our mistakes, then we simply let them go. Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is work, guys. It's not easy. But in this process, we cleanse our spirits and our souls. Point number 5, or chapter 5, and point number 5 goes, when life seems hopeless, I must change my point of view. That's how I regroup to figure out what I can do. Chapter 5 in my book is figuring out what we can do. Sometimes there are things for us to do, and we got to figure out what that is. You know, faith without works is void. So you got to do the work. Sometimes, guys, you got to pull up your sleeves. You got to pull up your sleeves and do what's necessary. But how do you even know what's necessary? You got to start breaking this thing down. You got to set some short-term goals. You got to set some long-term goals. And you got to do some research. Talk to people who've been in similar situations, right? Read. I read so many books while I was incarcerated, and that helped me position my mind to figure out, okay, Jamila, you can't be free right now, but what can you do? What can you do while you're going through this valley walk? What can you do to get over these hurdles? And baby, that's when I started setting up goals. I started writing them down, and I started getting to them. And that's really how I gained my most success, by stopping and taking a minute to figure out what I can do. Then we have chapter 6, which is one of my favorite chapters, learning to care for self. Point 6, I am my greatest asset, the temple that holds my wealth. So I must make me a priority and always care for self. Yes, honey, it is self-care season. What are you doing to take care of you? You are your first priority. You can't put the mask on somebody else, sis, if you do not put the mask on yourself. How are you caring for yourself? How are your days spent? How are you rewarding yourself? How much time are you taking out on each day to do something for you? What does your self-development look like? What does your personal growth look like? What does your daily care maintenance schedule look like? If you don't have one of those, sis, you really don't have anything. So I need you to make you a priority. You heard me right. I said you, because you're worth it, my sister. It's time to make you a priority, because when you do that, that's when life begins to open up. That's when doors begin to fling open. When you tell the universe that you are deserving of the best, guess what happens? The best starts coming to you. So I just outlined 6 whole chapters of my book, Built to Outlast the Storm. And I got 6 whole more chapters that have a ton of gems and jewels for you. So guess what we're going to do? For some parents that's on today, we have free copies of my book that are autographed and signed for you. I want you to read the book. That's a part of your self-care. Get you together. It's gems, life-changing gems that could set you up for your greatest success. So there's one more thing I want to tell you before I go. Somebody out there right now, you're feeling a little pain. You're feeling a little bit uncomfortable. But I'm here to assure you that sometimes you got to get uncomfortable, right? Temporarily to get permanently happy. Don't let that go over your head. Sometimes you got to temporarily go through some things and be uncomfortable so you can get the greatest gift that God has for you. So my name again is Jamila T. Davis. I hope you enjoyed this journey. And the other side to greatness is coming very, very soon. And I will be back to speak with you all. I just wanted to stop by and share some jewels with you. And I hope that you got something out of it. And if you did, let's blow that chat up. Throw me an emoji. Let me know that I definitely blessed your life today. I was able to be a vessel to bring some good energy to you today. So thank you again for your time. And I'm looking forward to doing more workshops just like this one with your school. Have a great day. And if you know what it is, and you know my favorite saying, it's going down.
Yes. Oh my goodness. If we were in town hall right now, I would tell everyone to unmute and share, but we can't. So I need some fire emojis in the chat right now for that amazing motivational message from Miss Jamila T. Davis. If you feel motivated right now, right? Hashtag motivated. Matter of fact, right? Hashtag I deserve the best. I deserve the best. I deserve the best. I don't know about you guys, but I was getting emotional. She definitely hit some points for me. Some things that stuck out. That first quote that she says, "What I perceive is what I receive. So I must take control of what I believe." I'm going to say that one more time. What I perceive is what I receive. Therefore, I must take control of what I believe. That really, really, really touched me. And when she touched on depression and she touched on being in a depression because you haven't found your purpose, that really struck me because I'm sorry, I just got to testify just a little bit. Sometimes you know what your purpose is, but there are naysayers around you trying to bring you down and discourage you from fulfilling that purpose. When she said, be still and listen to God, sometimes when God speaks to you, that message is just for you and for you not to tell anyone else. Okay, you need to protect those conversations and whatever you hear. All right, because when you know what your purpose is, there's no one or anyone that could stop you. I knew my purpose was to help children, develop children, and that's it. And I still go hard and strive for that every day. And I've been blessed to be placed, because I was placed at 287. I didn't apply. I didn't fill out an application. Somehow he was working, and Miss Bishop thought of me randomly. I never even met her, and she sent me a text message and say, hey, do you want this job? So I definitely received everything she was saying. And if you were motivated today, if you feel like you deserve the best, you should feel like you deserve the best, because you do. Write that in the chat. That was so amazing. As we wrap up our day, I'm going to pass it over to Miss Bishop, who's going to share some information about our drone program, and she's going to close us out for the day. It's been great being with everyone. And also, I think I forgot something, Miss Bishop. Okay. But if you were a parent who filled out the survey, the first 15 parents, see, I didn't say it. They told me to say it, but something in my spirit said, no, we wanted to know who genuinely wanted to give us feedback. Those 15 people where their heart was genuine, they were engaged, and they filled out that survey, you won a copy of Miss Jamila T. Davis's book. Woo-woo! All right? So the names of those first 15 parents are Miss Rosetta Flummister, acknowledged in the chat. Miss Shanique Paz, acknowledged in the chat. Miss Bruno, Miss Passad, Mr. Fritz, Miss Marshall, Tiara Thomas, Deacon Page, Nikki Nicholson. All right, you all have won copies of Miss Jamila T. Davis's book. Come up to the school. I'm sure Ms. Evans would say, come to the school at a specific time to get your copy of the book. So congratulations to all the winners. I hope you were inspired, and I'm going to pass it off to Ms. Bishop. Thank you for having me.
Before you go, Ms. Michelle, let me just pull Ms. Evans in. I know she wanted to say something, and I go to my drone. Congratulations to all the early survey people. I know Lydia's clocking my time, so I only have a few minutes. Go ahead, Ms. Evans. A few seconds you got.
All those parents that was diligent and you filled out that survey, you just got yourself a blessing. You just got yourself some energy. Girl, when you finish reading that book, let me know so maybe I can read it too. Amazing. Amazing. So amazing.
All right. All right. Well, Parent Universe, Family University. All right, guys. We switched between Parent University and Family University because we started Parent University last year. So if you hear the slip up, it's no slight to anyone. It's just that this has been amazing. And so what I'm going to share, and let me just speak it out loud. Lydia, can you place the link for the book? Because so many people have said they want that book, they need that book. It's my life, and they didn't win. They were number 16. I got to speak to those folks. If you can post the link to Dr. Davis's book, please post the link. And I also have to say this, we are a New York City public school. So a lot of the views that were expressed are not the views of the New York City Public Department of Education. So I do want to say that we know that you were filled and you were energized and you were motivated and you were refocused, but we understand that the DOE has some governmental guidelines that they must face. And so I have to be the disclaimer and the administrator. Okay. All right, so I'm excited about this. Those of you at PS 287, we have a virtual Saturday school that meets Saturday from 10 to 2. And let me shout out those parents and kids that have been showing up. So the kids portion, they get ELA, look at Ms. Evans, ELA, they get math, they get coding through droning. So they're doing droning simulations and really working through the next steps that they're going to be working on is that UN sustainability goals and how to use drones to answer the 17 UN sustainability goals. I'm going to go back. I'm going to land at 17, but I could be lying. All right. But go and look for it. The UN sustainability goals. So that's what the kids are working on. And what we wanted to do is provide an opportunity for adults. So our Saturday school is multi-generational. So what you're going to see is the promo with myself and Stan. He's actually not the instructor for the Saturday adult school. We talked a lot about belief. We talked a lot about being motivated to get up and to do something for you, self-care, and the drone school is an adult class for people that are 16 and older. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again, 16 and older. So if you have a cousin, a nephew, or whoever, the class is already started, so you're kind of late, but let us know and we'll keep you abreast of when we do it again. But this course is a 20-week course learning how to fly commercial drones. I recently heard that construction sites or construction companies need people to fly drones to overview. So if you do that, you not only become your own entrepreneur because they can source you out for this work. Videography can source you out for this work. The military can source you out for this work. So getting a drone pilot license course is important for anyone 16 and older. And the video you're going to see, I know that they're queuing up, is for that work. If you are interested, let me restate it again. Please reach out to Miss Evans. We'll get you the link to register or to keep you up to date. They recently got the books. Give me a second. I'm going to walk over to get the books just to show you guys. Miss Evans, tell them what you do in class. Let me just get the book.
You're on mute, Miss Evans. You gotta unmute. We can't hear you.
Sorry. Thank you, Ms. Bishop, for introducing a drone program to our school for our students. They're coding and droning. And then also we have an adult droning program. Listen, I'm in the droning program. I'm going to get my license. I'm going to be licensed to do photography, which is my passion. We have other parents that are joined in that's learning about droning. And it's just not droning. It's really understanding the purpose of the drones and the great things that they are doing now. It is open for jobs. There is a market for licensed droning. It's a market there. So there's employment in there in areas that we never thought of. So parents, anybody that's interested in possibly taking this course, contact our school, contact me, and we can see how we can get you prepared for the next class because we're ready.
Okay, I'm being threatened by teachers for their books. Yes, you guys are ready. This is the books. They came in, Miss Evans. They had to send it to me. I mean, if you are a drone student, I don't have enough because if you didn't register already, you missed it. But this is the brand new 2021 drone guide. If you Google it right now, you will only find a 2016, 2017. You know, I research because I like free. But this is the one we had to purchase. It is brand new. So let me do my promo so we can get out of here on time. I know Lydia's stressing out. So, okay, I'm ready, Lydia. And you can put us on the side. Maybe I could talk over the video. Good morning, PS287 families. It is Saturday morning, and you guys are eye strong because you're even watching this commercial, right? So Stan and I, say hey, Stan.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Stan, aka the Drone Man.
The grown man. So now if you were in 287 last year, you knew that your students were coming home, doing parties, flying drones and making drones happen in the gym, in the classroom. They were doing crazy tasks and using math, what they know about geometry, angles, measurement to actually fly drones. And they learned that droning is something that is universal and really taking the next steps of innovation globally. So today I just want to invite you to our free, and I know everybody say free is not always the best thing, but let me tell you something. Part 107, how to become a drone pilot, is for you. And so Stan, take it away. Show them what they'll get if they come in on Saturdays for drone pilot class.
All right. So first of all, what is the Part 107? So this is a license that's going to allow you to become a commercial drone pilot. So anyone at the moment just above a certain age can fly a drone that's less than 5 pounds, but the drones that are going to be used commercially are way above that, and you'll need this license. So what we're going to do in this course is, first of all, introduce you to drones and how they're being used in different ways, and a lot of different career paths that can be, involved with drones. We're going to go through the Part 107. It'll be taught by a professional instructor for that course, not necessarily myself. And they're going to go through all the different topics that you'll need to learn each week. So it is a lot of material, but at the end of it, you will be able to take the test and hopefully become a drone pilot. So a little bit more about what is covered in the Part 107A. It's a lot of these different topics in terms of just like weather theory and knowing about the safety of your drone and whatnot. So we'll cover all of that. And I just want to talk a little bit more about some of the opportunities that are out there in the drone world. So, I mean, there's some things that probably some people haven't considered, like there's drone racing is becoming a big scene. worldwide. There's drone light shows. I believe there's going to be a video added in probably before that showed you that. People are using drones to put out wildfires. Drones are obviously used heavily in photography and movie making. And you also have drones being considered for deliveries. So Amazon, once they bring out a fleet of drones, they're going to need a lot of drone operators, and there's not so many people. And that could be you, exactly.
That could be you. That's what we're gonna say. Hashtag that could be you.
That could be you, exactly. Because I mean, at the moment, the Part 107A is a relatively new license, so it's only been around since 2016. So not so many people have them. And by getting this license, you would be definitely a leg up over anybody else trying to go for this job. So we really hope that you guys turn out and get a lot out of this class. And hopefully this will be the launch of your drone career. So thank you
Hashtag
so-
that could be you. I'm sorry. I know, Stan, you were like being very professional, but I got excited. Sorry. That can be you. And I know as parents, as friends, as aunties, grandmas, uncles, we get so caught up in what we do every day just to maintain that we never think about that could be you. You can become an entrepreneur by your drone license, and you don't have to know everything right now, right? Like Stan, I think people are afraid, like I didn't get my GED, or I went to college, or, you know, my knee hurts, arthritis is bothering me. I'm not going to go and fly a drone. I don't have money to buy a drone. Like there's a lot of reasons why people are not here today, because they have a lot of right reasons, right? Not to be here. But I think hashtag that can be you needs to be what you look at, you know, because this is something new and you can really own it.
And all you need to do is just show up and I guess have a bit of confidence, because this is new for a lot of people. So, you know, you shouldn't feel like if you don't have experience in this space before, you can't do it now, because everybody is learning. And, you know, we'd be happy to guide you along.
Definitely. And the way that the program is designed, I'm just going to jump in here, is on Saturdays, you'll come in, you'll have an hour class with a professional drone pilot, and then 45 minutes to kind of do office hours, right? And so that helped me as a learner to be able to talk to my professor or my teacher and kind of ask questions. And even when I didn't know what the questions are, I was in their face, because I had to realize it had to be me. So I want to encourage you. It's going to be from 10 to 11:45. And we'll give you the Saturdays once you apply and you sign up and you get accepted, and space is limited. So we're doing this commercial because we want to just get the last 5 slots filled, right? Like just the last 5. So we're doing this just to make sure that you guys know that you've seen it in many ways, many forms, and you're encouraged. That can be you. Why stay where you are in 2021? You made it out of 2020. And you could be learning how to fly a drone. And it may not all happen in 2021. It may happen in 2022, you get your license. But know that PS287, the I Strong family, is there for you. And of course, we brought in Stan, the drone man, to make sure that this happens relatively. Okay, guys? So want to encourage you. We're going to have Miss Michette speak on this. Everyone else speak on it. But I want to encourage you. That can be you.
Thank you, guys.
I guess you can show them the games that they'll be playing. Just a quick snippet, or the light show.
Yeah, let's go to the light show, because I think a lot of people aren't aware of these light shows, and I think they'll become the future of entertainment. So hopefully that music isn't too loud.
Oh, you guys can't see the light show, so I have to get that light show. Now, are those drones that have lights underneath them?
Yes. And this is all controlled by code. So this is a drone. Oh, sorry. So this is a drone swarm, and all of these drones are, automated flights that are coded beforehand.
I think I'm going to be in this class so that I can get a check.
Yeah,
I can turn on one light. If I get one light, I don't need a lot. Just one light. Just one. So what we'll do. Go ahead, Stan. I'm sorry. So what we'll do is send the video with the drone lights so you guys can see it. So it's actually a slew of lights that actually end up flowing and flying in the air. for you guys to see. And I think it was in Japan that it took place. So we'll share it on our website and our social media so you can actually see that drone usage. So they use it for light shows. I've never seen that happen before. So I know my time is winding down. I have 5 more minutes left. This has been a full family university. For those of you that I see people in the chat saying that they're interested, they want to be a part, please let me know. So we'll send you some information so you can check it out on Saturday. Remember, the class has already started. So, if you join in, the other students have been in there for weeks and they are getting their books this week, and they take it very seriously because they know that this license can mean a big shift in their lives. And I think that's it for today, guys. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want you guys to get discouraged. You can't see it. And so that would be frustrating just to hear it. Thank you, guys. Please, please, please. I know that the survey is pinned. I'm just going to ask that they share the link one more time with you guys so that you guys can log into that survey and help us to make Family University your university. I think that's what that should be the next hashtag. Make Family University your university. Let it have your voice. I really enjoyed today's Family University, and I have to give a shout out to the team. Lydia, do we have time to pull the team in before we close out so we have a strong closeout? Okay. There we go. There's Miss Michette. All right. Yeah, call from our team. Good morning. How do you guys feel? I had to step back. It was hard. I was cheating. I was posting comments. How do you guys feel about today? Anybody can go.
I feel amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed. I cried. I feel like whenever you could laugh, cry, come back, and you're inspired and motivated to do something next, I feel like then that creates a phenomenal event. And so it was very hard to host and be a part of the event at the same time. I'm kind of jealous of the parents and the students and staff that could just watch and enjoy. But I will watch this back later and just be in the moment because this was a phenomenal presentation, a phenomenal event.
Oh, I like
that. 287 did it again.
I agree.
Jenna, you want to pull you out?
Yeah, I want to speak. I am so excited that I was part of this Family University. For those who don't know, I came into the PS 287 family in October. I usually work at the district office down on Livingston Street, and they were like, we need people to go into the schools. I couldn't have been blessed to be placed at a better school. The people around me, again, like Jamila was saying, things happen for a reason. You go through the storm, right? But you come out on the other side. So we all have our different storms and our different trials, but keep on. And I just am so excited to be here with these families and students.
If you're feeling like how we're feeling, please share this video. Even though some people weren't able to watch it live with us, they can still replay it. So please share it. If you know someone in your life that could have benefited from the information, from learning how to yoga and meditate and self-care, learning inheritance building, how to make money, keep money, make your money work for you. That motivational message, like if any part of this program can benefit someone in your life, just share it with them. Everybody has access to YouTube. I know some people don't have a Facebook page. That's like, I guess I'm a millennial. That surprised me. But everybody has access to YouTube.
Seriously?
So share the YouTube video with whomever that may need it.
I have to post these shout outs. Keep going, Miss Pasamis. Go ahead. I'm going to just post what they're saying. They're giving you guys shout outs. This is your work, so I want you guys to celebrate. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Evans.
As a parent coordinator at PS 287, it is always a privilege and an honor to serve my community, to serve the school community. I am blessed by each and every one of you. I know that all of us together at PS 287, whether we're staff, parents, students, custodians, school safety agents, we're all together for such a time as this. We have been brought together for such a time as this, and we feed off each other and we benefit and grow off each other. I thank each and every one of you. Parents of PS 287, you are number one. You are I strong.
Throw them up, throw them up, throw them
Throw
up.
them up, throw them up.
Y'all have too much fun.
Oh, boy.
Next, so let me call you out because I only got a few minutes because Lady will shut us off.
Go ahead, Ms. Kingston.
Okay, I'll be quick. I, as well, y'all, the staff knows, I was at 287 for a hot minute. I left and now I'm back. I was like, what is Family Parent University? What is this? Who is this? I'm out. And now I was like, wait, no, this is actually really cool. And just, being able to help our families, and it really just goes beyond just your class, just your grade. Oh, I'm only helping my grade. No, this is the whole school because these are all of our babies collectively. And I think when you have that mindset of family, it's not just the people you live with. It's the people who you are around every day, the people who you engage with every day, the people who you come across every day. And when you are, when you're working together and when you all have a common goal, we can all really just take off and help each other get to where we need to go.
Miss K.
Yes, I'm here. So I was a part of Parent University last year, and I have to say one of the biggest blessings of, during this pandemic is how much we've learned. Because if you think of it last year, it was in person and a classroom could only fit a certain amount of people, and now we're live streaming schools. And it's hard, but it's also, you have to look at the blessings that came out of this thing and how much we've learned just as parents, as educators, principals, you name it. Parent coordinators, yes, Miss Evans, social workers, everybody. So I'm just very, very happy because I feel like just in general, we've all grown so much.
Oh, I almost cried 3 times. Oh my goodness.
Let the record show that Miss Mouchette is a trend starter. I did this one time in a video.
Seriously.
And Miss Bishop stole it, the leader of the building, when she started doing it. She's an influencer. Now we all throwing them
She
parts.
pushes us.
Shameless plug. I'm just saying.
That wasn't shameless. That was full of shame, but it's all right. It's all right.
I let it go. I have no shame. Jamila said, let it go. I'm free.
Let it go. Miss Bishop, are we ever at PS 287 going to be graced by meeting Jamila in person? Is that possible?
I love how you put that on the live and put that in video. It's accountable. And then the sound team in the back already knows how we kind of have to make this happen. So I'm sure PO is coming. I'm not sure. I'm sure a work order is coming. So that's something that we would work on. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm gonna check the chat. She's laughing out loud. She's like, okay, post-COVID, that's a possibility. Okay. Again, 287 family, you guys have made this dream come to pass. And I think you're very right and valid, Ms. Kravchuk, when you say when we did it in person, we had like about 20, 12, 11 folks, right? And 25 people registered. We spent money on food and all of this. I love that. Hashtag make Family University your university. That's what should happen. Now online, let me just tell you the numbers on Facebook. I don't have the numbers on YouTube, but based on the numbers on Facebook, 162 people it reached. That means it was on their page, their timeline, a friend shared it. And what you want to look for is there an increase in the number of engagements? So we're at 162 people reached. We're at 231 engagements. That means someone posted a comment, someone liked it, someone shared it, someone said hashtag 287 strong. Yes, you guys can give yourself a round of applause. You guys did this work. It was hard not to help you guys because there was no real spaces for help except when I cheated to do the post and comment him. So I celebrate you guys. And those numbers are reflective of you guys coming together and collaborate. And take that and market yourselves. You did a live stream family engagement that was relative, that was cost effective, and it reached over 200 people in less than 5 hours. Woo! I think that's the mic drop right there. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the 287 staff that has been posting and commenting. I know they started off for attendance. They were like, oh, shoot, let me put that in. But you guys showed your heart, and that's super important. You guys valued the sessions. You guys stayed eye strong. You celebrated, and some people got books which shall remain nameless. I'm gonna let that go slightly. But I definitely celebrate each and every one of you. This was fire, fire, fire. And I'm looking to have more of our staff and more of our families take the lead on this work. And that's it for me. Am I on time, Lydia? Oh, snap, 5 minutes over. Guys, take care.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you for joining.